Richard is absolutely passionate about what he does. The second time I went into remission, I phoned my previous boss and I said, that's it, I'm leaving, I'm resigning, and I'm going to go and speak. I want to go and follow my passion, because my passion is to, in some way, try and help people to transform their lives.
Yeah.
And I speak quite a lot about purpose, a sense of purpose and being fulfilled, and how that is where your happiness lies. And I'm happy. In other words, this is the thing. Speaking is the thing that gives me a sense of purpose and fulfills me.
So you speak a lot about passion and purpose, and what is your passion and purpose?
Sure. So I speak a lot about finding your why, because if you find your reason for being on this planet, if you find your reason for doing anything, it's not a chore anymore. Nothing's a chore from there. In fact, I heard it said recently, I forget where it came from, so forgive me if I should be attributing this to somebody, but you should have 3 hobbies in your life.
Right.
Number 1 is a hobby, something that keeps you fit and in shape, and a hobby that you earn money at, and another hobby something that you do creatively. And essentially, I looked at that and I thought, I've got all of those. So my hobby is overcoming brain cancer by entering extreme triathlons. The creativity is in speaking and in writing, and I do a lot of creative things, bonsai and painting and things like that. And then the hobby is speaking, and I still can't believe that I get up in the morning and I get paid to do something that I absolutely love so much.
Yeah.
And I can also be the person that inspires change. So my story is one of brain cancer. I was diagnosed for the first time in 2016, a tumor on my pituitary gland. I went into remission. It's an extremely rare form of cancer, an aggressive form of cancer. Essentially, I was given I was terminal. I had 6 months to live, and there was a hectic time in my life, obviously. And I decided I was going to try and overcome the cancer by overcoming the thoughts in my head, and the negativity, and being a victim to cancer. And I decided to enter an Ironman, something that I know and I've excelled at in the past. And I kind of figured that's where I was going to take my power back. I went into remission, 118th person on the planet ever to beat that cancer, and celebrated. And then the cancer came back, and entered more races, and then the cancer came back, and so it's been my journey with cancer. And I've had to make friends with cancer. Actually, you fight something so much, this obstacle, you fight it, and you end up giving it your power. And I had to actually welcome it in. And essentially what goes through my mind is, hey cancer, if you kill me, we both die, and surely you don't want that. So let's just make friends and just co-inhabit the same body. That's fine.
Right.
What is that thing that defines you as a human being, where you know if you can go back to that place or access that place, you're going to get your power back, and this thing is going to give you back something that's going to help you to overcome the worst of circumstances, whether it's a goal that you have, whether it is your kids. I've often said to people that I don't have a fear of death at all. I don't fear dying. Dying is just a change in your living circumstances, and you're no longer living. So I don't. I'm kind of fatalistic like that. But the thing I fear the most is leaving my 2 little girls without a dad.
Yeah.
So that then is my why. So if I want to overcome this thing because I want to still be a dad, I'm not ready to let go of those things yet called my children. What do I need to do? I need to overcome the thoughts in my head and the negativity, because I need to proactively do things that are going to empower me and are going to give me strength and are going to help me to overcome this thing. What is that?
Right.
So it might not be an Ironman, you might not be facing cancer, but where's that place that you go to get your power back? Be a heal seeker. Go and find the hard stuff in your life. Nothing ever in life that was easy was significant. None of the things you've achieved that have gravitas and impetus and are big and are things that you celebrate came about because they were easy.
Yeah.
But yet we seem to choose easy, and we want to avoid the hard stuff.
It's comfortable, right?
It is comfortable. It is, and what I say is that you'll never change anything in your life until the level of discomfort gets high enough.
Yeah.
And when that level of discomfort gets, I am uncomfortable in myself, you'll do something about it.
Yes.
Until you become uncomfortable enough. So get out of that comfort zone, make it uncomfortable.
What drove you to find your why and who you are? How did you discover that?
Sure, that's a good question. So I often think, and this might be a bit of a weird thing to throw in here, but that's one of the gifts that have come from cancer.
Yeah.
Is I get asked the question, Richard, would you want your life over without the cancer? That's a tough question to answer, because obviously if I didn't have to go through the last 3 very torturous years of my life, wow. But it's a bit of a no-brainer for me. The cancer has come with the most remarkable, unexpected gifts, hard learning experiences. But what cancer's really forced me to do is to confront my own authenticity. And I think when you're told that your time on this planet is short, it's got an end date, you couldn't possibly become a more authentic version of yourself.
Yes.
I even started tattooing on my arm, I am, and then putting on a bunch of words, this is who I am. And they're not all positive words, some of them are negative, some of them are both positive and negative, but it's embracing who you are. And I think what happens, my experience anyway, but I don't think I'm unique either in this aspect. We spend so much of our lives trying to be all the things that we think everybody needs us to be or wants us to be, for us to be able to fit in, to get that job, to get that wife, to drive that car, to get the promotion, to fit into society, to whatever that stuff is. I need to become these things in order to get where I want to be. But yet we spend almost our entire lives trying to find that one person who sees through all that bullshit and loves us.
Sees the real you.
And loves us and accepts us and acknowledges us for who we are. And so that was it was a painful part of the cancer journey. Is well, okay, so you don't have to be anything. You can be the most authentic version of yourself because you've got 6 months to live. So who cares?
A lot of people know who you are now. They know that you're a brain cancer survivor and that you actually are currently battling brain cancer again, right? But a lot of people don't really know who you were before that. So do you want to tell us a bit about your history, where you came from?
Okay, so I've always, whether it's been coaching, I was a triathlon and swimming coach for many years. I demonstrated and coached and taught bonsai, so completely different. And I've always been in some kind of teaching or training role. I was a very successful estate agent and then got into training from that point of view. And I became the Pam Golding Properties National Training Manager, which is a position I held for almost 8 years. So how can I help you to become a better version of yourself, to achieve those things you want to achieve? And that gives me a sense of purpose. So whether it's training and sales is something I'm really good at, because sales essentially is about yourself. The only obstacle is the person looking back at you in the mirror as the salesperson, that's it. The interesting thing about what I do now is it's a lot of the same sort of concepts, but just in a broader spectrum of everythingness. But I miss the sales training quite a lot, and I still thrive when I get booked to do sales related training. I love it, absolutely love it. The obstacles that you think are obstacles are very often not the obstacles. Mark Twain says something along the lines of, I'm going to misquote it, but the concept is there. I've suffered many bad things in my life, very few of which have actually happened. Because that's what we do. We have this idea of all these things that are obstacles and things that are really bad. But when the tacky hits the tar, pun intended, very often those things aren't actually the obstacles. So during that race, did I think about cancer once? No. Did I think about the lung issues once? No. Did I think about being undercooked and undertrained? No.
About your shoulder? No.
No, I thought about the shoulder a lot. But all I thought about was, can I manage the pain until I get to the finish line? Because the only thing I want to do is get to that finish line. And when your why is that strong, and when you want something bad enough, we're all a little bit insane. We will do, I say that discomfort sparks outrageous achievements. Every single one of us are capable of these totally insane things. We want it enough and we're prepared to go through whatever we need to get to that thing. Stop asking for easy, because in the hard is where the magic lies.